Good morning everyone, this is BremSter, and today I'm coming to you with some odds and ends. This is Odds and Ends by fjam. Yeah, my puns aren't always good. Are they ever good? Anyway, this is Odds and Ends by fjam. So this is another puzzle. This one is rated apparently over 3 stars on Logic Masters Germany. So after a puzzle has been on Logic Masters Germany for a while, you can actually see the breakdown of votes on it. And there's been, so this was voted, sort of, a lot of people voted at 3, some voted, and quite a few voted at 4. So sort of 3.5 stars is about the difficulty that it's rated. So I'm a little nervous about this one, but I've been trying to tackle some harder puzzles recently, not just for the channel, but for myself as well. So we'll see how we go. Now, I know there's been a few harder puzzles on the channel recently. I do have some easier ones in the queue coming up, so we'll see how that goes. Anyway, let's have a look at odds and ends. Now, I have reset this one in SudokuPad because this one did have... the red line in this puzzle was very opaque. It was basically solid red, and I find those incredibly high contrasts just break my visual. It just causes me visual problems, so I just reset it so that the red line didn't have as much contrast. Yeah, that's what I did. So anyway, let's look at the rules. Normal Sudoku rules apply. So in every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. Before I go on, if you want to play it on the original grid, there will be a link below to the Puzzles Logic Masters Germany page, which will have a link to the original grid, but the link I provide below will be this one. Anyway, along the red lines, digits must have different, adjacent digits must have different odd even parity. So this digit will have a different odd even parity to that. This digit will have a different odd even. So these will alternate the odd even as they go along the line. Along each blue line, digits in each region must sum to the same total. If a line has multiple disconnected segments within a region, these segments are summed separately. So what that means is these two digits will have the same sum as that digit, which will have the same sum as that digit, which means those two digits are going to be the same. But that's how the sum lines work. And there's often a disconnect as to whether they're called region sum lines or equal sum lines, and therefore I just call them sum lines because there's still, like, I still see them called both. Anyway, digits in a circle count. A digit in a circle counts the total number of even digits in the surrounding cells, orthogonally and diagonally adjacent cells, and the circle cell. So it's a weird way to say it, but normally I say it in the in the cells surrounding the circle, including itself or something. But anyway, it's all of the cells. So this circle counts the number of even digits in all of those cells. Okay. I'm going to restart the puzzle to restart my timer. Let's give this a shot. So the thing is, we could put all 4... If we put all 4 evens in... Let's just think about the circles for a bit. If we put all 4 evens in here, if these were all odd, this could be a 4. But the maximum this could be is 4. So it's 1, 2, 3, or 4. This is the same. This is 1, 2, 3, or 4. And this is the same. This is 1, 2, 3, or 4. This is the same. This can't see more than 4 even. This can't see more than 4 even. This can't see more than 4 even. So I'm like 4 digits towards a triple. This can't see more than 4 even. This can't see more than 4 even. And this can't see more than 4 even. But both of these, yeah. I mean, those can't all be even is what this is telling me. Because if these were all even, these would both be 4. So there has to be an even somewhere around here to prevent both of those being 4. And that has to be the case from the line anyway. But if this is even, this could be 4 and that could be 3. Is it possible for one of these to be 1? If this was a 1, then there would be 1 even digit in those and all of those would be even. That seems okay. Because then this could be 2. Because, yeah, this could be 1, this could be 2. No, actually... That could be a problem. If this is 1, all of those become even. That would be 3. Oh, and that could be the even. And that would C3. Okay. So anyway, what I am going to do is I'm going to mark these up with colors. I'm going to use green and purple because I know that these must alternate, but I don't know which one these are. But whatever this is, this is... So I've got 3 purples already. I know these are the same digit, and therefore they go down here. So I might mark that with... Do I want to mark that? I might. I might mark those with A, and I know A is down here. But that's really not that useful, I don't think. Because this could be, if this is an even digit, they're both the same. If this is an odd digit, they're both different. These are different. So there's a green and a purple in here, but I don't know the order. How do you start this puzzle? Like, could these all be purple, being odd, and this be an even 4? If these were all purple, then that would be purple, that would be purple, that would be purple, that would be purple. I don't see a problem there. Actually, this would be green, this would be green. So one of these can only see 2 even digits. Actually, there's something going on there. One of those, because they have to be... Right, if one of these was a 1, then I'd have 3 even digits along here. I'm going to get rid of this colouring. I'm just going to get rid of all the colouring. Okay. If one of these was a 1, then this would be 3 even digits. Let's say it's this one. If this was a 1, this would be 3 even digits. And then let's say these were a 3 and a 4. So let's say this was a 4 and these were 3 odd digits, and this was a 3. There'd be 1 even digit in here. And that would actually work, because there'd be 3 even here and 1 even here. Okay. But does that mean if one of these is a 4 and there's 3 odds, I've only got 2 more odds to play with. So if one of these was a 2, if one of these was, if one of these is a 4 and these are all odd, and one of these is a 2, there's 2 even here. So that means I have to put 2 even here, which would mean the other one has to be a 2, which doesn't work. So how do I, does that mean I can never put a 2? If I put a 2 here, and there's 2 evens here, because if I put a 2 here, there's 2 evens here, so there has to be 2 evens here. That means I need to get 2 evens in here. Now, if I make this a 3, I can put 1 even here. I can't make it 2. If I make it 1, there's no evens here, and then there has to be 2 evens here. If I make this 4, there's no evens here, and then there has to be 2 evens here. Hang on, if this is a 2, there's 2 evens here because there's 2 evens in here. Then how do I get my 2 evens? I either have to have 2 evens in one box, at which point this is another 2, or there's 2 lots of 1, in which case both of these are 3. I don't think you can ever put a 2. I don't think any of these can be 2. And it's the same as if this is a 2. If this is a 2, there's 2 evens here because there's 2 evens in here. And then how do I distribute 2 more evens along here? If I put 1 here and 1 here, then these are both 3. And if I put 2 in one and 0 in the other, then I need another 2. It doesn't work. None of these are 2. So the... Right. So what am I doing with that? So the breakdown of evens is going to be, one of them is going to have 3 evens here. Hang on, is this broken again? Because if there's 4 evens here, sorry, one of these is going to be all odd. Because if there's 4 evens here, there's no evens here. If there's 3 evens here, there's 1 even here. And if there's 1 even here, there's 3 evens here. So the breakdown is going to be a band of 3 evens, 1 even, and a band of 3 odds. So in each of these sets, so here, here, and here, 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 and here, 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 and here, there needs to be a band of 3 odds, a band of a set with 1 odd, and a band of 3 evens. Are these corners? Because if this is the band of 3 evens, I can't put a 3 in here, can I? Because the 3, a 3 here would mean that there's 1. No, I can. No, I can't. Because if I make this, say I make this the 4, and those are all odd. So these are all odd because this is the 4. How do I make that the 3? If I put 3 evens in here, then there's 1 even here. Oh no, that works. And this is the 3, and I could still do the band of 3 evens and the band of 3 odds. No, it does work. Okay. Damn, I was hoping that would be it. So is it now these line colors? Because I know one of these is a band of 3 odd, one is a band of 3 even, and one is a single even. So now can I color these again and see where that might break? Is it that? Because if green is even, that would be a band of 3 even, which would make that even. So if green is even, okay, let's say green is even. I'm actually going to color it as even. If green is even and purple is odd, am I broken? Because These are now either both even or both odd, because you can never have two even. So this becomes even, which means this is the band of three even. These are both odd. These are both odd. But this is a 4, so these are all odd. This is odd. This is all even. I know this is bifurcation. That's the 1. That's the 3. So those are both odd. But that didn't obviously break, did it? Yes, it did. It broke on this line because those are different parity. But by the line, they have to be... Oh no, those would be the same. Those would be different parity. Okay, so does it break in the other direction? So that was making them even. If yellow... I know this feels very much like bifurcation, but I can't see anything else to do here. If this was odd, the only place I can put the band of 3 even is here. So if I put an even and an odd here, this becomes odd and this becomes odd, and that's fine. If I make both of these odd, that becomes even and that becomes odd, and that's fine. Oh, that 134 deduction I feel was really cool, but I can't see how to use it. Is it the other line? Are these lines have to be used in tandem? So let's go back to the green and purple, because then I don't feel like I'm bifurcating as much. So we've got different colors on this. This is way too many colors. I hate it. Okay. So we've got different colors on this. Let's use gray. Okay. We know... The 3 says that there's 3 evens in here and 1 even here. The 1 says all of those are even. If this is the 1, those are all even. So if this is a 1, all of those are even and all of those are odd. This can't be a 1, because if this is a 1, all of those become even. That would be even because of the region sum line, and then both of those would have to be odd. This can't be a 1, because these are different parities by alternation. And the same is true here. If this is a 1, all of those become even. 2 evens make that even, and those would both have to be odd. That can't be a 1. Can I do that anywhere else? Oh, this is tricky. So one of these is a 1. So the even band is here or here. If this is even, these are both the same and they'd be odd. This would be even, this would be even. So if this is the 1, this is even, and because this is even, this would be even. So if this is the 1, this would be even. So this would have to be the 3, and that would be the 4. So if this is the 1, it goes 1, 3, 4. If this is the 1, these are all even. These are both odd. These, I can't see how to resolve it in that other order. Maybe it's this top row, but let's look here. I can tell if this is the one, these are all even. That being even means that this has to be even. So these are all odd, and it goes 1, 3, 4. If this is the one, these are all even. These are both odd. This is either even, odd, and the even is in one of those three. So if this is the one, the other even is in one of those three. It's either odd, odd, even, or odd, even, odd. This is tricky. And I still haven't even looked at these circles. But I'm not sure that those are helping me. Maybe we look up here. These are different. So if this is all the even, that becomes odd. So if this is the one, actually if this is the one, this becomes the one. But it was this being the one that forced everything, because they all become even, so that becomes even and the rest become odd. But if this is the one, this is a 3 or a 4. They all become even. If this is the one, these are all even. This becomes, if this is a 1, this is a 3, because that's even. So if this is a 1, this is a 3. Oh, this is crazy. If this is a 1, this is a 3. How does this work? If this is a 3, there's 3 evens in here. So one of these is even, which I think we determined might have to be that one. Because if that's even, all of those become even. Can all of the others be odd? I think they can. But then that could be 1 if all of the... Or that could... Hang on, can either of those be 4? Because if this is 1, all of those become even. That becomes even. So all of those would become even, and all of those would become odd. So this couldn't be a 4 anymore, because that's even. That's if that's a 1. Okay, so we remove blue and yellow from there. If this is a 3, then there's 1 even up here. And if this is a 3, this is the 1. So there's 3 evens here. There'd be an even on one of these, because there has to be, because it's either odd, odd, even, or even, odd, even. So there's an even on here. That's if this is the 1. These are both odd. If this is a 4, all of these need to be odd, which means this is the even and the odd. This becomes odd. Sorry, odd. These would all have to be even, and they can't be. Neither of those can be 4. Because I can't make all of those odd. How did I get to that? I started by the concept of... Yeah. So this being a 3, means this is the one, making all of those even. This being even makes those odd. There has to be an even on this, because if they're all odd, then it's broken because it's a sum line. So there's an even on here. This becomes odd. Now, the whole concept is, if this is a 1 or a 3, can that be a 4? But if that's a 4, those now all have to be even, and it can't be. There's no 4 in either of those. And that's going to hold true for this as well. Because these lines have a very similar shape. They basically have the same shape in these columns. If this is a 1, then those are all even, and that can't be a 4 because there's an even out of it. If that's a 3, that's a 1. Those are all even. There must be an even on here. So these are both odd. For this to be a 4, those are all odd, which means there's an even on here. That becomes odd. These would all have to be even, and they can't be because I can't put 2 even digits in there. This is crazy. So those are not 4. That's a 4. So this is the run of odds. So we know orange is yellow and grey is even. Now, does that tell me that this is the run? One of these is 4. This can't be the 4 because if this is the 4, so this isn't the 4. So this is the 4. This is a run of odds. This is an even. This can't be the run of evens. That's the run of evens, making that the 1 and that the 3 and that the 1, which means this is the run of evens, which means this is the 3, this is the 1. There's no 1 here. The 4 makes that the 3 and that the 4. That's bonkers. Now the 1 has a run of evens. So green, the 4 also told me this is actually working. Green becomes even. Purple becomes odd. These are all even. These are the same, but those are all odd. These alternate, so that's odd and that's even. These alternate, so that's even and that's odd. I need a drink. Okay. This is odd. 1s are odd. 3s are odd. 4s are even. That's all 4 evens in the row. That is odd. I need to fit. This is odd, so this is odd because they're the same digit. This can't be A anymore because A is odd. So A is one of those two. But A is odd, so that has to be even, because if I add 2 odd digits together, I get an even digit. And so that is even. I don't know the makeup of this line, though, or this one. Could this be even, odd? Maybe? Okay. So I've got some work to do. So the minimum I can do here is 1, 3. So this is 4, 6, or 8. The break-in on this is absolutely amazing. These are, 3 is down here. I don't know the polarity of these. If this is odd, this is even. If this is even, this is odd. I love a good polarity puzzle, but this is tricky. If this is 3, this is 1, 2. I think that's possible. 2 is down here. Oh, I've got all 3 evens in this box. Those are odd. It's not quite there, is it? So if this is odd, this is an even and an odd. This is odd, so this is even and odd, which means I'll have all 5 odds. This is even. I can't tell which is which. This is 5, 7, or 9. That break-in. People may not be happy with that level of bifurcation or whatever it was that they want to call it, but so 2 of these are even. As always, when I get to this point and I get stuck, I am terrified that I've missed something when I move the puzzle over. Now, sure, this can't be a 1. Because if this is a 1, then these 2 digits have to sum to 1. But the minimum they could be is 1 and 2 summing to 3. I've still got to put 4 evens into this box. But there's 2 evens in here. Where is it? The only tricks I've got is one of these is even and one of these is odd. But that's the same in these columns. So these are 2 odds summing to an even. So this is also 4, 6, or 8. Because the minimum this could be is 1 and 3. Actually, it can't be 1 and 3. So the minimum this could be is 1 and 5. So this can't be a 4. And there can't be a 3 on it. So there must be a 1 on this. Because if there's no 1 on this, then, and I don't use a 3, it's 5, 7, and this would have to be a 12. So there's a 1 on this, and it's either 1, 5 or 1, 7. But it does mean that there's a 2 over here. Does that do anything? There's a 2 down here, but... we know there's a 1 in here. Do I need to put a 1 on there? I could still use 3, 5, I think. Well, 3 is in here. So there must be a 3 in one of those 2. These are the... Is it going to be more... Thing is, all of these circles... No, it's these circles. That's a 4. No, it's at least a 4. But it's not a 4. There's these 2 circles. I forgot about these 2 circles. Because it sees 4 evens, but it's an odd digit. So it's 5, 7, or 9. Well, it's not 9. Because I can't make all of those even. So it's not 9. If it's 7, all of those become even. It can't be a 7. Because I can't have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the box. So this is a 5. So I need to get 1 more even around here. But only 1. So that is even. And there's 1 even in here. That hasn't done it though. What's that done? How's that helped? Well, this is an even digit. So it's 2, 6, or 8. It can't be 8 for sure. I can't fit 6 in here. So this is 2, and these are both odd. So this is the even. That's all 5 odds. These are both even. They're very, very clever. That's all 4 odds and evens in the row. That is odd. These are now the 2 evens. That is an even total, so that has to be odd. Oh, that's so cool. That's all 5 odds. These are both even. That's all 4 evens. These are both odd. That becomes the even. That's all 4 evens in the row. That becomes the odd, so that's the even to complete. That's all 4 evens in the column, so that's the odd. That's the even to complete this line. That was stunning. That's all 4 evens in row 6, so those are odd. Okay, I think I have to do some Sudoku now. There's a 2 in here, but this can't be the 2, because 3 plus what equals 2? That'd have to be a -1. This is the 2, which puts 2 in one of those 2. 3, if this is 1, this can't be a 1, because this would be a 4, and 1 is here anyway. So this has to be 3, 5, 8. So this is a 6. So these are 2 and 6, and these are 4 and 8. 8 is down here. But this is even, so that's not A. This is A, which I still haven't locked in. That's not a 2 anymore. These are 4 and 6. This is actually an 8, so that's actually a 2. There's no 8 there. So these sum to 4 or 6. So there has to be a 1 on them. There is a 1 on here, which means there's a 1 in one of those two, because I can't put 1 in any of those cells. So this, well, this was never a 1 because it's A. A is 3, 7, or 9, because it can't be 5, and there's no way it's 1. These are 2, 6, and 8. So this has a maximum of 7. These are 5, 7, and 9. This is a 4 or a 6. Two is up in one of those. How am I going to break this open? 1 and 3 can't be in those, because 3 in this column, yeah, these are 5, 7, and 9. There's no 5 there. So this, no, I've broken, there's no 1 in this column. I've broken it. Hang on. No, that was wrong. 1 is, forget the 5, 7, 9. What did I do? 1 is not here. So 1 is in one of those two, and that's a 1. What did I just do there? So these are 7 and 9. There's a 5 in one of those two. So this is a 7 or a 9. I don't know what I just did then. There is a 5. There has to be a 5 in one of these, because 5 is up here because of the 5 here. So there's no 5 here. There must be a 5 in here taking 5 out of here. This is 1, 7, meaning that's an 8. These are 2, 4, 6, meaning that's an 8. There's no 4 there, so this is 2 or 6, meaning that's a 2, 6 pair. So there's a 4 or an 8 in one of those. There's a 4 in one of those two. This is 2 or 6. Oh, that's the 4, that's the 8. So that's the 4, that's not the 4. This is a 2 or a 6. So this is 2, 6, 8. There's an 8 in one of those two. This is actually really tricky. This is 9, so this is 7. This is not 7 anymore. These are 5 and 9, which look down, making that the 7. This is 3, 5, 9. There's no 5 in the middle. There's a 7 in one of those two. Now this is actually restricted. This is 3 or 9 because it's A. This is 3 or 9 because it's A. So 1 and 7 are in here. Right. 1 and 7 are in here. So this isn't the 1, this is the 1. So it's either 1, this can't be a 6. It's either 1, 2, 3 or 1, 8, 9. This can't be a 6. 6 is definitely in one of those two, which I could have got from, oh, no, maybe not. 8 is definitely in one of those two. Have I missed a parity trick? Is it this line? That can't be an 8 because I can't put 1 here. That's not an 8. That's an 8. This is not an 8. So this is 2 or 6. This is 3, 5, 7. It can't be a 9 because it sums to that. And it can't be a 3. So the minimum this could be, this is 7 or 9. And if this is, yeah, and this can't be a 6, because if this is a 6, the minimum is 11. So this is a 2. Taking 2 out of both of those, this is the 6, this is the 2. That makes this the 8, which makes this a 2, and A becomes 3. That's the 6 because of the column. There is a 2 in one of those two, and that 2 looks up saying that's not the 2, that's the 2, and that is the even digit. So this is odd. That's all 5 odds in the column. Both of those become even. That's all 4 evens in the box. That becomes odd. That's all 4 evens in the column. That becomes odd, and we're done with the parity. This becomes 4. The 2 makes that the 6, which makes that the 2. Which takes 2 out of there. This is a 4, 6 pair. There's no 2 here. This is 6 or 8. But it's not 8 because of that. So 6, 2, 6, 8. The 8 looks down, taking 8 out of there. That becomes the 8. This is a 4, 6 pair. That's going to have to be resolved by that. So now I need to work on the odds. The 5 makes that 7, which makes that 9. This is a 5 to complete the column. There's no 5 here. There's no 9 here. These are 1, 7, and 9. So that's a 5. Which means that's a 9 and that's a 5. There's no 5 here. This is 7 or 9. There's no 1 here, so this is the 1. These are 5, 7, and 9, but there's no 5 or 7 in row 6, so that's the 9. The 5 looks up, making that the 7 and that the 5, which makes that the 1 and that the 7. There has to be a 1 in one of these, so that's the 1. These are 3, 5, 9, but that can't be a 9 because that can't be a 10. The 5, 9 makes that the 3, which makes that the 5, which makes that the 6, which makes that the 4, which makes that the 9. The 6 makes that the 4, which makes that the 6, which makes that the 4, which makes that the 6. This is a beautiful puzzle, fjam. I love parity puzzles, and this may be one of my favorites. This is a 7-9 pair, which I haven't resolved. This is a 7-9 pair, which I haven't resolved. There's no 1 in either of those. That's the 1. This 7 makes that the 9 and that the 7, which makes that the 3, that the 9, that the 5. The 7 makes that the 3, that the 7. The 9 looks up making that the 7, which makes that the 9, which makes that the 7, which makes that the 9. And that's the solution. 42 minutes, 34 seconds for that. I will take it. Those circles around the border, that break-in and having to deduce the impact of those circles and the fact that you couldn't have 2 in any of them without breaking the other circles, and then the ramifications of these of some lines with, oh my lord, that was amazing. This puzzle needs to be seen by more people, and therefore I am releasing this as a video. Oh my lord. That was absolutely stunning. Thank you so much for this puzzle. I'm sorry. This one's been in my queue for ages, and because of the difficulty rating that I saw on it, I sat on it for way too long. This is exactly my sort of puzzle. Thank you so much. I hope other people are able to engage with it, and oh my lord. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hope everyone is enjoying what I'm doing, and as always, good luck with your solving.